We haven't even touched on any of the games that were shown off yet, too. Again,
a lot of surprises.
I'm wondering if all of these games are actually coming or if they're just like a tech demo.
I'm hoping that they wouldn't tease people with a tech demo.
I want to remind you about when the Wii U was announced and they showed off the Zelda demo.
Yeah.
That never came.
Yeah.
Like that was it was Link going in the Temple of Time with Navi and fighting a giant spider, and it was so flippin' amazing. And we just never saw it. It never happened, which was a major disappointment for me, because I remember I was at work back in the day. I was working at a call center, and I'm like sneaking like looks at like this live press conference that's going on, and I see the Zelda demo, and I'm like losing my freaking mind. And then below it, it says like tech demo only, blah, blah, blah. Crushed me almost instantly. Yeah. So I was hoping that it was going to come, but it never did. Either way, I'm guessing most of these games are in development. I'm guessing that we are going to see most of these at launch. So should we go straight into the games that are coming?
I think we should. Good segue. Let's do it.
Okay. Let's go through the ones that we at least saw first.
Yes.
And the ones that we have...
The ones that there was a lot of focus on them during the trailer.
Yeah.
Really nice way to showcase the Switch being used with these brand new games that people are going to obviously get excited about.
So we have The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, which was the first one.
Yeah, that's the one, of course, people were already very much aware of.
No surprise there at all.
No.
It did give us a really good look at how very quickly you could dock and undock this thing and just start playing. There was no real lag or delay. It was like pretty much instant, which was a big surprise to me. I thought there would be some sort of transition. I honestly didn't believe that when they started to have the rumors that this thing was a hybrid device, I didn't think that you would be able to like swap on the fly.
Yeah.
So that's really cool.
Yes.
I'm very, very excited about that. We did get to see some new footage from Breath of the Wild too, and we got to see this gigantic... I don't know how to describe this thing.
It's a beast. That's for sure.
I think it's a boboblin, too. It's like a king boboblin, like a big eye on it, which I'm guessing is its weak point.
Yeah.
It's still really cool. Any thoughts on Breath of the Wild being shown off?
No, this is pretty much, other than the new footage, it's everything that I thought it was going to be. I mean, we already had hands-on with Breath of the Wild at E3 anyway. So it wasn't really...
Got my coin. Got my Zelda shirt.
It wasn't that much news that... Nothing was shocking with us regarding Breath of the Wild. So let's move on to the next one.
I just want to point out I'm incredibly excited to have a game as robust as Breath of the Wild as a handheld portable experience. The idea that I can bring a full-fledged 3D Zelda game with me anywhere I go, because let me tell you folks, I go to a lot of places. I go like to the coffee shop.
I go to the coffee shop.
And then I go home again, and then I go back to the coffee shop.
To see me where I am.
Where she is. You know, I'm not like the guy that's taking the dog to the dog park or on the airplane or anything. I mean, granted, yes, this thing is going to be awesome on airplanes. Go ahead.
I think the reason why I like it, though, is because it's not just a Zelda game. It's an open world game. And the fact that I can take that anywhere with me. I was very big into Guild Wars and Diablo. And I love the idea of open worlds. And that's only like a couple of two of the games that I was very big into. But I was kind of glued to my PC for those. So the fact that I can experience an open world on my handheld device wherever I go, and then or plug it into the TV when I get home and experience it in a very large way that's very encompassing. That's the most exciting part to me, I think.
I've always been a handheld gamer. Since the Game Boy Color, like handheld gaming has always been like my favorite thing. So this is just a different world for me. I'm incredibly excited.
Absolutely.
Next up, we had Skyrim from Bethesda. I think this one was the biggest surprise of the entire bunch. We have yet to see any version of Elder Scrolls on a Nintendo console.
Yep.
So this is the first time we're seeing something like Skyrim ported over. I'm assuming that this is the remastered version of Skyrim that's coming out later this year on PS4 and Xbox
That's what
One.
everybody is saying right now.
Because if it's not all that impressive to port a 2011 game over to the Switch. But either way, it looks gorgeous. The lighting effects look great. Yeah. Everything that they showed was on point with Skyrim. I wasn't a major Skyrim fan to begin with. I did get it. I did play it for I had it on PS3.
Okay.
And there were so many issues and my game got deleted.
I had Xbox 360. Yeah. And I adored it. The character customization alone was amazing. Yeah. The detail in every single way was incredible. That's why it's really cool to see it on this one. And I think even better than that was to see Bethesda so excited to they started tweeting about the Switch and how happy they were to work with Nintendo.
I think the big thing with this is that they wanted to show off we have third-party support.
Yeah.
The Wii U initially had third-party support. They had nowhere near as much as they have right now.
Yeah.
But they did. But I think they want to show off that, like, this is a new era for Nintendo. Mm-hmm. We're really taking our partnerships with our third parties very seriously. The last rumors that I heard, and I think this was, I can't remember if this was a Wall Street Journal one or not.
Okay.
They said that a few developers are actively working on porting PS4 titles over to the Switch. So that's a good sign. I mean, we know that Unreal Engine 4 is being actively used on the Switch. It's capable of being used on the Switch. In a lot of games, we have games like Final Fantasy 15, mm-hmm. we have games like Kingdom Hearts 3, all that are going to be using Unreal Engine 4.
Yeah.
If it supports it, that means we have some really cool things that could potentially be coming from very big names. So I'm excited about that too. Yeah. So we'll see how Skyrim goes. I'm really curious to see if that's going to be a launch title too. I'm guessing it is.
I hope so. To be honest, I think this is just one of those things that's backing up our idea, or the overall idea that's been expressed online, that Nintendo is branching out in all these different directions. And we always bring up the example of like the theme park. So I mean, we see Nintendo it knows what it has. It has something really great. The potential is there. So to see it grow like right in front of us is a pretty incredible experience.
I'm really crossing my fingers for a lot of third-party support.
Yeah.
Granted, I own a PS4. I own an Xbox One. This has been how I've operated since the days of N64. I had an N64, I had a PS1. Mm-hmm. I had a PS2, I had a GameCube, I had an Xbox.
Part of me wishes that I would have had more, I guess, exposure to other consoles, but then part of me is also very happy that I was only a Nintendo kid. I only grew up with Nintendo, so I was surrounded by RPGs, platformers, and everything that was related to Nintendo. But nowadays, with so much available on other systems too, I wish I had the exposure that you and a lot of other team members had, because I feel like I did miss out on that. But with Nintendo bringing a lot of these other types of games over, I feel like now I'm going to be able to experience that.
No, the only reason I bring that up, because I have all the consoles now, and I pretty much did since I was a kid. Anytime a game came out on all three platforms or all two platforms, I always got it on GameCube or I always got it on N64. And that's just the way I operated, because my loyalty to Nintendo was always there. If I can buy it on Nintendo, I generally did buy it on Nintendo. And it's going to go the same thing with this. I mean, I can't wait for the Switch. And I'm thinking that with this gamepad, the idea that you can take this and take it anywhere you want to, because the PlayStation 4 technically has that slightly with the Vita.
Yeah.
But the Vita is, like, practically dead. I don't know how the thing's not buried
it's
yet.
It's so sad. To
Mine
me,
is,
it's just really sad
covered
to know
in a
that
layer of dust.
A lot of time and thought went into the development of this beautiful handheld device. And to me, I think of, what if this had happened to the 3DS? Which it obviously didn't. But to see a beautiful device kind of just fade away and not get the attention.
Sony just didn't support it.
It's depressing. It's very sad.
Even though they came out with a bunch of new colors in Japan, but this is not the PlayStation Newscast.
No.
Newscast, so we'll get into something else later. But I mean, obviously other consoles have tried to make like a portable experience. I ran into nothing but issues trying to do remote play on PS4 to my Vita. I had a hardwired internet connection. I did it locally and it was crap. Yeah. So the idea that everything you need to play is built into this tablet, you don't have to rely on, wonky internet connections. It makes me incredibly happy. So I think this is going to be the console to go with. So next up, we had what? We had Mario Kart 8.
Mario Kart
8.5. It could be Mario Kart 9.
That's what we were talking about in chat earlier. Yeah. And I'm kind of hoping it's Mario Kart 9. Even though I think that Mario Kart 8 still has a lot to offer. Yeah. It would be pretty cool to see 9 there instead, as one of the launch titles.
Yeah. There is enough new stuff in this that I would imagine this could be a full-fledged new game.
Yeah.
The big thing that we have, we only saw 30, not even 30, probably 10 seconds of footage of this game.
Yeah.
We saw King Boo, which is a brand new character, and then we saw the double items. So double items is not in Mario Kart 8. Yeah. King Boo is not in Mario Kart 8. So either they're making this a major upgrade like Mario Kart 8.5, or it's going to be a brand new game in the series. I don't think Nintendo would just want to make a port of a Wii U game.
No.
You want this grand thing. Like, this is a brand new Mario Kart for this thing. So my money is it's going to be a full-fledged Mario Kart 9. Yeah. Maybe they're even going to pull a Windows and just jump to Mario Kart 10. Which is true. They did that, folks. They did that. They went from 8 to 10 on Windows. So they could do the same thing with this.
Maybe they just can't count.
A nice little homage. No, what they said was, this update is so big, it deserves more than one
Oh my gosh.
number.
I'm sorry. Someone just made an error and that's a cop-out excuse.
I don't think it was an error. I think they just wanted something that's in 10.
I guess.
So,
they were just so excited about getting to 10.
Yeah.
They're like, well, screw it. Let's just skip over 9.
See, we talked about Sony and Microsoft on the Nintendo Newscast.
Why not? Why not?
So we know that there's multiple ways to play this game. We saw that people were playing with just one half of the Joy Grip controller. Not the Joy Grip, Joy-Con controllers. So it looks like it's pretty easy to just pick up and play.
Yeah.
Either way, though, I'm still excited for it. I like how they integrate the map, like, right in the middle.
In the middle, yeah.
So we'll have a picture on our YouTube so you can kind of see it. But the map is, like, right in the middle of the screen, and it's not really intrusive at all.
No, well, it makes sense, too, because with it being a smaller type of tablet that 2 players are going to be looking at, you can't have a whole extra block of the screen dedicated to a map. So it makes sense to have it right there front and center for both players to see. And like you said, it's not intrusive. It looks like they even like adjusted the opacity so it's not like super bright and dominating on the screen. And it's clever and practical, just as we would expect from Nintendo.
I'm still getting used to the idea because we have been so used to, since the days of the DS to the 3DS to the Wii U, of having like that second screen for menus and for maps and just even for stupid stuff like a horn on Mario Kart 8. It's going to be odd transitioning away from that. But either way, I'm still excited. I mean, a lot of it was so gimmicky.
Yeah.
A lot of the touchscreen stuff was incredibly gimmicky. So either way.
I'm perfectly fine with it not being a touchscreen if it's not. There's just so many other features. It has so many other cool things to give us that I'd be okay with it.
Yeah. And then next, finally, this is the one I've been waiting to talk about because I know it's your favorite of all the games that we're announcing.
I was hoping you wouldn't say that.
We have NBA 2K. Lauren is a baller, if you don't know that. She has been balling for quite some time now. She is one of the best hustling players of the NBA 2K franchise I've ever seen. Playing since the days of the PS2. So
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in the trailer, we had a group of friends, shooting some b-ball outside of the school.
Outside of school.
Then a couple of guys who were up to no good started making trouble in their neighborhood.
Oh yeah.
I'm not going to keep going with that.
I want
piece
you to
of it,
reach
though.
the end of the
I just
song.
can't.
Please
I can't do it.
do.
But NBA 2K is coming over again. We're assuming it's NBA 2K.
Yes.
So it could technically be NBA Live. I can't really see on the image if it has like an EA logo down there or if it has a 2K logo. We know that both companies are supporting this console.
Yeah.
So either way, it's a basketball game.
Not my forte, and I know it's not your forte.
It's really not. So I don't really care about the basketball piece of it.
But
if you guys do, fantastic.
Other people I know are going to be excited, so I'm happy for you guys.
Shooting the hoops.
Oh yeah.
Swish. I played basketball in 5th grade, and I was super.
I played 5th through 8th grade, and I was awesome.
I was, I got a little ribbon because I was 80% on the free throw line.
80%?
Yeah, I took 5 shots and I made 4 of them.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's really nice.
I think it was like a pity ribbon.
Do you have all the trophies and stuff from your games and tournaments?
I have one trophy somewhere.
Oh.
We won like one tournament.
You guys didn't play any other tournaments?
No, I think we did, but I probably lost. Oh. I was not very good. I was like on the B team. There was an A team and a B team.
How big was your school?
Well, it was just they didn't want to put the crappy kids in with the good kids.
Oh, that's sad. Our class was so small. We only had one team anyway.
I just traveled a lot.
Oh, okay. Well, I loved those years. Yeah. I love those years. I loved basketball in grade school. Oh, really?
That's why I'm so good at NBA 2K. Because I live my life vicariously through a video game.
Really? Well, see, I did a nice combination of basketball and video games. And you know what? I didn't realize until I was an adult, though, that I never really played video games with any of my friends until high school when I found people who shared that interest. But none of my grade school friends played video games.
Man, I was playing since I was like 4 or 5.
Yeah, I was there at like 2 years old, and I'm glued to the TV watching my mom play Zelda. Yeah. And I can't imagine like not sharing this with my friends, but none of them were into it. But I didn't need them anyway because my sisters were so into them with me, so I kind of had these like built-in friends.
Yeah.
So that's just how it is.
But now we're doing it for a living.
It's
funny, I was actually talking to my dad. This is the last little anecdote I'll give you guys for the day. About parent-teacher conferences back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, man, I had some bad parent-teacher conferences.
Did you really?
And I'm like, the big punishment was they would take my video games away if I had like, not great grades.
Yeah.
And I'm like, now I'm doing it for a living.
Now
what am I going to do about it?
Now you're your own boss.
Can't take it away from me now, Dad.
Oh my
Ha.
gosh. See,
He doesn't listen to one.
I never got in trouble in school, so I never had anything taken away from me.
Oh, you great.
I am.
All right, next up, we have two big ones. Let's talk about the new 3D Mario game that we saw. We don't know a whole lot about it. We know that it looks fantastic.
Look at those colors. It's beautiful.
We saw a few things. We saw a Mexican cantina town.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty cool. Some Day of the Dead looking skulls on some of the buildings. Mario jumping through it. Mario has never looked better. He looks fantastic. It's incredibly colorful.
Surrounded by rainbows and rainbows of color.
Yeah.
It's a gorgeous palette. If this is one town, I'm really wondering what the rest of the world is going to look like.
The one big thing that I noticed is that the moon is absolutely massive in it. So I'm curious to see if this is going to be another title in the Galaxy series. Mm-hmm. We could finally be seeing Super Mario Galaxy 3. Yeah. Otherwise, they could make it like a completely new 3D Mario title.
That's true.
Regarding Galaxy 3, I would love it. I would honestly love it.
I know a lot of other people have been asking for it for a long time now.
So we've seen the Cantina Town, and then there was another one where he's running away from a bullet bill.
Yeah.
So we don't have a lot of images of this thing. Somebody on NeoGAF actually stabilized the footage.
Oh, yeah?
So I'll put that up here if you're watching this on YouTube so you can take a look and see what that looks like. But it looks really good.
Yeah,
I mean, you can't have a new console without a Mario title.
Absolutely.
Unless you're the GameCube and you throw a Luigi title in instead.
Oh, hey, that was still pretty cool.
But then the Wii U had New Super Mario Bros. U, which in my opinion was a cop-out. 3D World should have launched with it, but
I suppose.
It didn't.
I'm sorry.
Sad.
Sad.
But there we go, new 3D Mario game. Nothing really new to talk about at this point because we don't know anything about it.
But hey, there are tons of people out there speculating already based on the very, very minute amount of footage that we have available.
Oh, yeah. We're going to speculate for days on this thing.
Oh, yeah.
Then finally, we have Splatoon. Again, this looks like it's not just a port of Splatoon. There's some pretty major differences here. I think the biggest piece is that they have pants. Customizable pants, it looks like, too.
Customizable pants, and people were freaking out about their hairdos because there are tons of different hairdos that we see. We see two groups, I believe, of Splatoon players, a green group and a pink group.
Yep.
And they're sporting some really cool hairdos that, it's funny what people not only notice but get excited about when they see the trailers. And I had somebody private message me and talk about the hairdos for Splatoon, and that's what they took away from the whole Switch trailer. And I thought that was really cool and funny because it's something I would have noticed too.
Splatoon is one of these games where you wouldn't imagine it, but people are really obsessed with how the squid, the Inklings look.
Yeah.
I've never seen a more active fan art community than with the Splatoon community. It's pretty amazing. As far as the hair goes, we have one guy who's got a Skrillex haircut, so he's got one tentacle going down his face and the other one's completely cut off. We see short hair on some girls too. And then again, some people have pants, some people have shorts. Everything looks like it's customizable, which I think is exciting too.
That is.
And then in the trailer itself, Nintendo had this esports thing where they had the Korean team and the American team.
Yeah.
I would love to see Splatoon jump into the esports world.
Absolutely, yeah. Because we see Smash kind of taking over tournaments all around the world.
Yeah.
To see Splatoon kind of enter that as well would be extremely exciting, I think, for not just us, but a lot of people seem to be getting into first-person shooters because of Splatoon.
Yeah.
So it's something to take advantage of if you're a player.
Totally agree. All right, so those are the games that they showed off in the trailer. Yep. There's a few obvious missing franchises, which is it's kind of sad in my opinion. No Metroid.
Nope.
Which is a shame. It's a shame. It really is.
Just from what we've seen so far, I mean, this is 1 3-minute trailer.
But it's a good Metroid game has been missing for a long time, and don't tell me Federation Force is on that list.
It's the same thing.
It's not great.
It's the same thing as a regular Metroid
it totally
game.
is. We didn't see Mario Maker.
No.
I think one of the reasons why we didn't see Mario Maker, because I do fully believe it's coming.
Yeah.
There's a lot of industry chatter saying that Mario Maker is making the port over for launch of this system.
Yeah.
But in order to do that, they would have to say, yes, it's a touchscreen, and I think they're going to be staggering some of these announcements for quite some time. So we don't have Mario Maker. We don't have...
Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing is interesting.
No, this is my theory, and that is we have the Animal Crossing Direct coming in really 2 weeks now. So I have a feeling that if anything, besides all the new content that we'll be getting for New Leaf and the Amiibo support that we're also going to be getting for New Leaf, I think that it's very possible that they're going to also tack on the any type of Switch news for it. Because who knows? It could be a launch title. I still think it could be.
I honestly thought that until last night. Then the Wall Street Journal came out and said that there's not going to be any new games or specs announced. However, journalists have been wrong in the past.
Not just that, but I mean, like, the night before the Switch trailer, you told me that the trailer was only going to contain Breath of the Wild footage.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah, exactly.
But not from Wall Street Journal.
No,
Wall Street Journal has a better reputation.
I agree. But also to think that for the next 2.5 months, we're not going to get any type of news about games or anything.
It sounds odd, right?
It sounds odd, and I doubt it. I'm thinking that with a whole direct for Animal Crossing, some type of information has to be given, even if it's small.
And that only really gives us 90 days to kind of figure out what's going to happen if these rumors are true.
Yes.
So either way, I'm hoping we see something in like 2 weeks for the Animal Crossing Direct. I know you're incredibly excited for it.
Oh my gosh, yes. I kept thinking for some reason it was the beginning of October, not the beginning of November.
Yeah.
So I started geeking out in our team chat, and everyone's like, no, it's in November. And I got my feelings and my heart was just crushed.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that.
No, now I get to look forward to it. So no, it hasn't happened yet. Now the hype is still there.
Yeah,
so
the hype is definitely there.
Yeah.
Either way, we're going to get new Animal Crossing Amiibo cards, so that's exciting in its own right.
Yes.
So